Hello. So imagine riding through life like a train without knowing where it's headed. As an artist, that's how I used to feel. Confused, lost, and struggling to turn my passion into a purpose. We have been systematically misled about the true value of our craft since childhood. Growing up, whether at school or home, no one really taught us how to be a successful artist. They certainly didn't explain that being an artist is being an entrepreneur. I was raised in a single-parent immigrant household, and my mother dreamt of me following in my absent father's footsteps, a doctor. Senior year in high school, I decided I wanted to be an artist. The reaction was intense opposition. My mother enlisted relatives and her misinformed friends, claiming it's impossible for me to get a job as an artist, especially for a woman of color. And the thing is, they weren't entirely wrong because their focus was on me finding a traditional job. And a lot of creative jobs don't even fit the 9-to-5 mold. And most of us millennials weren't even aware of the diverse career paths for artists until maybe after college. So our parents likely didn't know either. And it doesn't help that movies romanticize the starving artist, and we artists lack proper guidance and or support. We struggle with pricing our work only to have friends or family ask for it for free. Even strangers and companies may expect our art for free and disguise it as exposure. Artists sometimes hear ideas that don't help us grow. Some say real artists must suffer for their art, or that money ruins creativity. And these thoughts make us believe art and business can't go together. But we have to change that, because artists can create and be in charge of their success. It's like weaving our own story. Don't let these old ideas stop you. Being smart about the business side of art doesn't mean giving up on creativity. It means more power and joy in our artistic journey. We have to break free from these old ideas and create a new era where artists shine both as creators and smart business owners. As I immerse myself in the art world, networking and asking advice from successful artists, I realized they had their own lawyers, CPAs, financial advisors, and those who licensed their artwork had their own agents. These people are no different from you or me, and they don't sound broke to me. They operate like a business and brand. But the most important thing they told me to remember is that it took them years, some even a decade, to finally see breakthroughs. If you think about it, it's about the same amount of time it takes to be a doctor, a lawyer, or even an engineer. The game changes when you understand that being an artist means you are an entrepreneur. So, if you are an aspiring artist starting from scratch, go into your career with the mindset that you are a business. And with the internet, you can pick different business models and avenues. You just have to apply wisdom to see if it's the right business model for you. And if you're going to follow online influencers or coaches, study what they do rather than what they preach, because what they preach might end up putting you on a hamster wheel. A lot of these online courses are teaching you one way to make money as an artist. Meanwhile, they're applying a whole different strategy that's making them millions. I recently read that the creator economy could hit $500 billion by 2027. And I think it's time for us artists to master the skills needed for this shift. From what I've been told, some art schools aren't even equipping students with practical skills for higher level jobs. But now that we're in the creator economy, we can change the narrative. See yourself as a business, an entrepreneur, a CEO, and study digital and content marketing, because we're in the digital age. Us artists have to step into the light and be active creators. Everything you need is right in front of you. If you decide to take action right now, you can still ride this massive growth curve. I find it helpful to read bios of successful people across different industries. I read about their failures and their come-ups because it puts a lot of things into perspective for me. It helps me understand that it takes time to build, and there's a lot to learn from failure. You also have to be willing to try new things. Entering the world of art full-time is like setting off into the wilderness. It requires inner work, mastering our minds and emotions, and developing the confidence to skill stack. I'm 2 years into this journey as a full-time mother and artist, and God's been sustaining me in ways that I do not understand. I'm not gonna lie. The journey is not easy. I think about quitting sometimes, but then I quickly gather myself up and think about all the valuable lessons I've been learning thus far. I wouldn't have known this information and been able to share it with you had I not taken this risk. I also know these challenges are making me better and better. Once I've realized that I've been misinformed and bamboozled about the life of an artist, I started prioritizing personal development so that I can open my consciousness to learning different skill sets. A must-read for all artists is Think and Grow Rich. It's a book that I believe can help break the broke artist mindset. In it, Napoleon Hill says, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." In our artistic journey, it means embracing the full scope of our potential. If we conceive success, believe in our worth, and persist in our craft, our artistic dreams can become a reality. Word of advice: start your journey with a plan. Think about ways you can diversify your income and share your unique skills online. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences about this topic, so make sure to leave a comment below. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell button so that you'll never miss any of these tips. Remember, the creator economy is the future, so we have to break free from the broke artist mindset now. And that begins with increasing your self-confidence. In this next video, I reveal how artists are building their self-confidence in order to achieve their goals. I'll see you there.